Hi, I'm Chris Hogue, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Biological Sciences at the National University of Singapore, and welcome to this video on the R computer language. My website is at www.blueprint.org. This video is the first in a series on the R computer language. The homepage for this video collection is at http://videos.blueprint.org, and that URL hosts all the videos together with links to data sets, books, and other resources that I've included in this video series. The list of videos is shown on the screen here, and it starts off with how to set up R on the Windows platform, and then we go through about 10-minute long tutorials on how to open and save data in R, how to make simple graphs in R, and how to manipulate data in R. And as you go through these videos, you will learn the R package and how to do even more complex tasks like complete data analyses and how to produce production quality graphs as PDF files. A brief history of the R language. R started off really as a language called S, and S was developed in 1976 at Bell Laboratories. John Chambers and Rick Becker, together with Alan Wilkes, wrote the S language in order to turn ideas into software quickly and faithfully. John Chambers is now a member of the R development team, and R was developed by Ross Ihika and Robert Gentleman in 1993. And they called their implementation of the S language R because that was the first letter in both their first names. R is GNU licensed, free, an open source implementation of the S programming language. My personal experience with S started off in 1995 when I worked with Steve Bryant at the National Center for Biotechnology Information. Steve used the S language and developed a package called PKB, or Protein Knowledge Base, and that system is still in use today. What it does is it reads in protein three-dimensional structures and extracts information from them to connect it to publication resources as well as gene and protein information files which go into the GenBank database. So I had the pleasure of working with Steve Bryant in 1995 and 1996, and that's where I learned the S language, which is now R. There's several good books about R that I'll recommend to you. If you're a graduate student working on a complex project in data analysis, or if you need to use R as a vehicle to understand a simulation of some particular process, I recommend this book, Introduction to Scientific Programming and Simulation Using R. And this book is by Robinson, Jones, and Mallier-Dett. You can get this book off of Amazon.com in either print or electronic book Kindle format. Another good book about R is the R Graphs Cookbook by Mittal. This book has a number of illustrations and examples of very beautiful graphs, and as a cookbook you can look up the type of graph that you want to produce, and there'll be instructions that are related to producing that particular kind of graph. For example, if you want to plot latitude and longitude data onto a Google map, there are instructions in this book on how to achieve that. A couple of other books I'll mention about R include the O'Reilly titles, R in a Nutshell by Joseph Adler, and that's a good tutorial introduction to the R language and quite comprehensive. And also the R Cookbook by Paul Teeter. And the R Cookbook, again, is a cookbook format textbook. It has examples of tasks that you might want to carry out, like statistical analyses, and a short series of example code that you can use to carry out that task. Again, all of these books are available on Amazon.com in print format or in electronic format that you can read on a Kindle reader. So for the next step, we're going to go and get the R package and install it on the Windows platform. In order to get R, when this video ends, I'll ask you to go to the R project site, which is called the Comprehensive R Archive Network, or cran.r-project.org. And here you can find the precompiled binary distributions for Mac OS, Linux, and Windows. We're going to be installing R on Windows. The next video in this list is setting up R. We'll see you there.